Seth Rollins, Big E, Bo Dallas, Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, and now Samoa Joe. Hello all MRBers and welcome to another wrestling related video with me, Mike McRock, one half of the MRB Wrestling Review Show. And it's been a while since I've done a video for you guys. It's been like since February. The last video I done was an NXT review where at the end I said I was going to stop watching because NXT has been just really boring and repetitive week after week. Now, here's the thing about that. I didn't stop watching NXT. I only stopped reviewing the show because I didn't want to put myself in a position where I was going to get bored with what I was doing. I didn't want that for myself, and I think it was time for a change and time just to go away from the MRB Wrestling channel for a while and focus more on movies and stuff like that. And so it's a fresh start. It's a new video, and one thing that really caught my eye is something I want to talk about in this video, and that is Samoa Joe beating Finn Balor at a non-televised event. Now, there are mixed emotions out of this coming from me. You know, there's things that I like about this title change. There are also things I don't like about the title change, and I'll explain in this video. I'll tell you what I really like about this title change is that Triple H said it best in his tweet, and that anything can happen at non-televised shows. You know, you can't miss a show. And that's one thing I like, is that you always get a surprise every now and then. It's good to give the audience a surprise. And I like how the NXT crowd seemed to warm to Samoa Joe being the NXT champion. I think it is time for a change. It's time for a fresh start and a reboot, because to me, Finn Balor as NXT champion, I don't think his title run was the best that I have seen. I think his title run was kind of boring. It was kind of run-in-the-mill, mediocre, whatever you want to call it. It just wasn't anything outstanding. You know, I didn't find myself invested into the Finn Balor character because there was no substance in the Finn Balor character besides his grand entrance and the demon and all that stuff. There was just nothing there to me. But with Samoa Joe being the NXT champion, this explores more options. Now, you have the obvious Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor in a rematch for the NXT championship, maybe at the next 2-hour special event. I do believe it's called NXT TakeOver Revenge. There's a good way to establish Samoa Joe as a champion, as a heel monster, is to have Finn Balor try to get revenge on Samoa Joe but fail. You know, if we're going to have Samoa Joe being the NXT champion, have him be the champion for a good number of months before losing it. And what I also like about this title change is that it has more options. Like I said, the obvious rematch. You also have an option where you want to build up Shinsuke Nakamura up to a point where he faces Samoa Joe for the championship. That's a good option there. Another good option is Apollo Crews. Now, I know he has debuted on Raw. I mean, yeah, it was on Raw. And, again, it's a good option for him. To me, you know, Samoa Joe right now being the champion, it doesn't elevate Samoa Joe as being the champion, but it elevates the NXT championship. Now, obviously, though, it doesn't work that way with Finn Balor, because to me, when Finn Balor was champion, the NXT championship elevated Finn Balor, where now Samoa Joe, him being the champion, to me, elevates the title more than Samoa Joe. Now, here's the thing that I don't like about this title change. It was how it was done. I mean, this is something you could have done easily at NXT Takeover Dallas when was it, a month ago, where you could have had Samoa Joe beat Finn Balor for the title there instead of having uh, Finn Balor to lose the champion at a house show live event, because I don't like this mentality of NXT needs to protect their champion, where you don't see any vulnerability to their talent. It's like they don't want to show it on TV, and I don't really understand why that is. I mean, it would have come across a lot better if you had Finn Balor lose the championship at TakeOver because of that reason. So I'm wondering why they didn't do it there. And also, to me, Samoa Joe really doesn't need the championship. I think he's going to be the placeholder to whoever NXT wants to elevate, and then they get the championship, because to me, Samoa Joe is already a well-established superstar on TNA. And now, obviously, WWE is not going to acknowledge that, but still, he's a guy that, really doesn't need the championship. He's a guy that should elevate more people to become the NXT champion. And so, with all that being said, this is a thing there where I kind of have mixed emotions about it, but I do like the fact that we have a new NXT champion and we're getting a new fresh start. There should be more options going forth. Shinsuke Nakamura, maybe Hideo Itami, maybe Austin Aries, who knows yet. But I'm curious to see now what's going to happen with Finn Balor, now that we have this whole thing with the Bullet Club, I think, that is on Raw. Is he going to join them? Is he going to go up with AJ Styles? Is he going to do a thing with him? A tag team, maybe a feud, I don't know. But to me, I think this is the only option to go. I mean, if you look at the NXT roster right now, besides Finn Balor, the only person I could see being the NXT champion is Samoa Joe. And for that reason, I'm kind of actually looking forward to see what NXT wants to do with Samoa Joe being the NXT champion. Now, if you have any thoughts on this subject, feel free to leave those comments right here in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe to the MRB Wrestling Review Show. And on a final message to all you viewers watching, get plenty of rest and always do your best.